Hey guys, it's Kirky again. We're going to take a look today at character development. It's a nice little website that allows you to min-max your character with any kind of items you would want to take a look at. To begin, I want to recommend that everybody get a username and password for this website, since you're probably going to use it a lot more frequently for simulations. You don't want to kind of wait till you're in the raid and get an item and then say, oh crap, I actually didn't really need this. This would have been better, or what I had was better. So we're not totally off par. Let's actually get a good import in. I'm going to use myself as an example. And now it's just loading in with all the stuff that I had previously on, and there we go. So anything I logged out in, that's what it's going to remain with. And what I want to do with this is I want to show you, again, this is the character sheet. It shows you all my data, anything that I can need, and all my professions, which later on ties into things that you can do with your weapons and stuff. One of the things I want to do now is show you the different pans that we have here, or the panes, excuse me, not pans. So what we have is talents and glyphs on there. And for talents and glyphs, it's real easy. If you want to remove something, just do a right click and then do a left click to assign it. For talents, you right click as many times you need to remove those amount of points. And for glyphs, you just right click the glyph and you left click the glyph you want to switch it out with. I'll show you a couple examples real quick. So I'm going to take out the 2 points here in Blood and Thunder, and I'm going to go ahead and put them into Insight. Then for glyphs, let's say I want to get rid of the glyph of Bladestorm, but I want the glyph of Slam. There you go. And then we're going to do it again, back, forward. And now I'm going to switch them right back. So then we're going to take a look at the overview here, which shows you pretty much everything that you're going to cover on this character sheet. Pretty much everything you've worked on so far. This is everything you need to relay to. And if you're confident with what you have here, you would save it once you get your profile and all that stuff. That way later on we can send it over to Simcraft and we can see what the actual results are as far as DPSing. But let's say I want to test out a weapon that might be coming in the near future, like the experimental weapon slicer heroic version that we just got. I wanted to see if that was actually valuable for me to get or not. Well, in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and click on the weapon you already have, which is down here, and you're going to go ahead and search through all the pages to see which weapon you want. So I want this one. Notice it has 0 gems in it or enchants, so we're going to fix that by going back up to the gem section, clicking on the gem socket, and picking the appropriate one we want. Then for enchants, you just go to the next tab over and enchant whatever you need on that weapon. Now let's say you need to reforge something on that weapon. You can easily go to the reforge section, and in order to reforge, you would click on that item, and if you want to get rid of the reforge, like let's say I wanted haste, if I wanted to get rid of this, I would just click it again and it would restore it back to normal. Or you can press the restore button. Now, if I'm looking for certain buffs like up on my tank, I would go to the buff section and pick out everything I need just to see if I'm CTC capped. But for this particular method for a DPS, really isn't necessary. So the things you want to definitely pay attention to is look at your charts and see where you're aiming for. See if there's a weapon or a hand or a wrist or a trinket that you're really interested in, and start playing around with it. See if you're back at where you need to be. If you need to do any reforging in your head and you can't get it right, or WoW Reforge is just not doing it the correct stat weights you want, this is the best tool for you to use in order to get the appropriate things going for you. And when you're confident in what you have, just go ahead and over here to the save section, save it as some profile type and description. For later on in Simcraft, you really want to make them descriptive. You don't want to have like Kurg Test 1 or Kurg Test 2, because the tests really don't mean anything. You're going to have to parse through your entire test to see what is it that you changed. So be descriptive. And in the description, be better if like testing with this new weapon or whatever. So it might be better, for example, that's a pretty good description. And when you get that back from Simcraft, later on in the next video that I'm going to have, it'll actually have that in the title header, so you can be like, oh, okay, that's exactly what I was testing. And this is a good margin to see if, what gear is impending, if you're not sure what your BIS is, or you want to tool and fool around with some things. Alright, so take it easy, guys. We'll hit Simcraft after this.